Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hey guys, let me introduce myself. My name is Talita Nilatul Isa, but my friends usually call me Tata. And I'm gonna tell you a story about Little Red Riding Hood. Once upon a time, there was a little girl who lived in a village near to the forest. Whenever she went out, she always wore a red riding cloak. So, everyone in the village called her Little Red Riding Hood. One day, her mother asked her to bring some cake and a pot of butter to her grandmother, who was sick and lived in a cottage deep in the forest. Remember, stay on the path and don't talk to strangers, her mother warned. The little girl promised, and with a basket full of treats in her hand, she set off on her way. Baba Black Sheep, have you any wool? Yes, sir, 3 bags full. One for the master, one for the dame, and one for the little boy who lived down the lane. Baba Black Sheep, have you any wool? Yes, sir, 3 bags full. But when Little Red Riding Hood noticed some lovely flowers in the wood, she forgot about her promise to her mother. She picked a few. Smells good. And then she picked a few more. But while she was picking some flower, there was a shadow that lurked behind the trees. Suddenly, a wolf appeared beside her. Hello, little girl. Where are you going? He asked in a voice as friendly as he could. I'm going to see my grandmother. She lives in the house behind those trees. The wolf had a wicked idea. He thought that if he could trick Little Red Riding Hood, he could eat both of her and her grandmother. So he decided to take a shortcut through the forest to get to her grandmother's house first. Meanwhile, Little Red Riding Hood, unaware about the wolf's plan. By the time she arrived at her grandmother's house, the wolf had already gotten there and locked her granny into a closet. When Little Red Riding Hood knocked on the door, she heard the wolf's disguised voice calling, Come in, my dear. As the little girl entered the house, she looked at the wolf. Granny, what big eyes you have! All the better to see you with, said the wolf. But, Granny, what big ears you have! All the better to hear you with, said the wolf. Granny, what big teeth you have! All the better to eat you with, shouted the wolf. The little girl realized that it's not her grandmother, but a hungry wolf. The little girl ran across the room and through the door, shouting, Help! Help me! Somebody help me! Please! A woodcutter was in the wood. He heard a loud scream and ran to the house. The woodcutter hit the wolf over the head. The wolf howled, Ow! And then he ran deep into the forest. I'm so scared, Grandma. I promise I'll never ask the strangers in the forest again, said the Little Red Riding Hood. There, child. You have learned a very important lesson. Thank goodness you shouted loud enough for this kind woodman to hear you. Little Red Riding Hood and her grandmother had a nice lunch and a long chat. And so, Little Red Riding Hood learned a very important lesson. Never talk to strangers and always listen to your mother. From that day on, Little Red Riding Hood walked through the forest carefully, and no wolf ever dared to trouble her again. So, that was the story of Little Red Riding Hood. Hope you guys enjoyed my story, and see you next time. Bye! Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.